Here we go, chat. Brand new cards. The first one is a Spooter. And it's really cute. 2 mana, 3/1. Fearsome. Good stats already, if it has an effect. Play. If an ally has a different subtype than me. Wow, that's interesting. Give an enemy -2 attack this round. The problem is, how do you get an ally with a different, like... So you want to play this in a Fearsome deck. It's not horrible. I mean, this is just Fearsome deck, right? This is what you play it in a Fearsome deck. What 1-drop is good with this? I mean, maybe Mistwraiths? That's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, I could see this in Mistwraiths. Sure, right? Let me have a look. So, speaking of Mistwraiths, definitely not Poro. Wait, this is a bird? Oh, okay. Holy crap. I didn't realize they did that. Okay. That can actually then work. Okay, if this is a bird, you don't play turn 1, doesn't matter. If you don't play turn 1. Like, that doesn't have to be a turn 2 play. You gotta realize on turn 2 you can just play that as a 2-drop and deal 3 to face. But in future rounds, like mana 5 you played, mana 6, it's not a bad top deck, right? And you will have birds on the board. They haven't been removed yet. That's not bad. Ooh, Mistwraith doesn't work. Oh, that's a yikes. Mistwraith actually doesn't work. Oh, wow. Oh, that's bad. There's literally no cards that work with it. Yeah, you're not going to play Poro just to play that card. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Demacia Bird? Are you really playing Demacia in a Fearsome deck? I don't see it. Omen Hawk in an Iceborne Legacy Power Spiders deck? I mean... But then why are you playing Fearsome? Like, I've seen Freljord, like Omen Hawk, like maybe some Weapon Master card. What about... I feel like this is going to be a Noxus deck if we're playing it. What does Noxus have in terms of 1-drops and 2-drops? Like, it'll be this if we're playing a non-Fearsome. Reptile never will see play. Yordle's not going to see play. Does this have a... No, it doesn't. Spider. Everything's spiders, man. Dog, I doubt you see this play in that deck. Broken with Demacia Bird, yeah, but then you're playing Demacia, which is the problem. I'm not sold, guys. I think it needs more cards to be good. It's like... It's not bad. It's not horrible. But I'll tell you something, almost every time, you would much prefer... Like... In any Fearsome deck, in any deck, like, you just prefer to run Arachnoid Horror, probably. Sorry. Arachnoid Horror just feels better. Doesn't it? For the 1 HP more. You probably always prefer to play, like, Phantom Butler. It's not a bad card, though. It's not bad. Especially if you get a few cards that it can activate it. Because the activation is a pretty strong activation. But there's just not enough cards that work with it. Like, there's literally one card that works really well with it. That's it. So I'm really not sold. But I haven't seen all the cards. There might be ones that work with it. There might not be. We'll have to wait and see. So for now, it's okay. It might be really decent. It might be a staple. But we don't know yet. Next. Cat. Okay, 2 mana, 1/3 cat. I feel like there has to be a cat champion that allows you to play all cat cards. Because they're all over the place. We've seen cats in Noxus and Shurima, now in, I don't know, in PNZ, now, yeah, they're everywhere. Which kind of makes sense, because cats are everywhere. Alright, Deck Hunter, play, manifest a follower that has a different subtype than allies in play. 2 mana, 1/3. Draw, ooh, let me think about this. What happens if you have every subtype in play, I wonder? Does it just poof? I wonder if there's some specific followers that are kind of like game-breaking that you can sort of like force into your hand. Like, can you find win cons with that? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the stat line's pretty crap, but it draws you a card. Dragons. Yeah, a lot of the win condition cards don't have subtypes. A lot of them don't. So, Let's talk about the fact that this is a Bilgewater card. Bilgewater, 2 mana 1/3 Bilgewater. I'm really not sure about this. I think Bilgewater has so much draw, it doesn't really need a 2 mana 1/3 to manifest stuff. I'm not a fan of the stat line, but it's not horrible either. Like, it looks more control-y than it does anything else. Think about Conchologist, for example. Looking at Conchologist, he manifests a spell. He's a very good card. This theoretically has more stat lines than Conchologist, but Conchologist blocks better. This can be a double blocker. Hey, chat, is there a champion reveal today or not? Because this might go along with the champion. No? Okay. Yeah, I mean, for now, with what we know, it's okay. It's okay-ish. I'm not super sold. We already know that there's some subtype units. We've built decks with Warden of the Tribes, for example. This is a really fun card to build with. I don't think you play Warden with Bilgewater, though. So, yeah. I'm going to say I'm not sure about that. Okay. Fair enough. It's okay. It's okay. Bilgewater, 4 mana slow card. Summon a random husk. Grant 1 cost allies everywhere +1/+1. Wow, that's very, very, very interesting. First of all, it makes Eve ridiculous. Like, Eve is all of a sudden a ridiculous card. Like, super value. Things scale like crazy. I wonder if this makes Misfortune Aurelia really good. Is it too slow? Maybe not. Maybe it's decent. Misfortune Aurelia with this. One of the counters to Misfortune Aurelia is stuff like Withering Wail in Eternal. I don't know. Kind of slow. This is also pretty spicy with like Zelani. Would I play this in the 1-drop deck that runs Aatrox? Maybe. Maybe I would. It's a little bit slow, but it's not the worst effect. But you're playing Husks, so you kind of want to like commit to Husks, right? Well, you actually don't have to commit to Husks, but you really want to. Scouts. I mean, it's obvious the main value of this card is most likely going to be in an Evelyn deck. That's a very powerful effect. I mean, we know for a fact that just this card alone is stupid value. Or is it? Like, Domination is stupid value. And this doesn't give HP. Keep that in mind. The HP itself is ridiculous. And this effect goes away with a Mystic Shot. Like, this is 3 mana. And you lose the effect with a Mystic Shot. That's a permanent effect. This summons a Husk. Yeah, that might be a really decent card. It might be a really strong card. Whenever I'm summoned... And one thing about Evelyn is... which is actually... You can put any cards that summon Husks. So you don't have to play Bilgewater at all, right? You can play like Evelyn Shadow Owls and still add it. Yeah, I think this in Evelyn might be very decent. It might be strong as hell. I could see that being pretty dang strong. Yeah, because Evelyn is just going to make that go... Like, you drop that on mana 3 and you play Evelyn on 4. All of a sudden, like, Evelyn is... How much stats is Evelyn gaining? A massive amount. Yeah, that might be just a GG card for Evelyn. I could see that being extremely strong in Evelyn. Maybe even play like Evelyn Kaisa, right? Yeah, that looks like a really good card to me. I think this card might be busted. Not necessarily, but I think it's a very high tier card in certain decks. How about Powder Monkeys? Card gives those decks a lot of value. It's not bad. It's a little bit slow because it doesn't give you an attacking card, but it's not bad. Like, I can maybe see it. I don't know. Like, that's what I was saying when I was talking about, like, especially like the Aatrox deck, which also goes for a lot of 1-drops. It's one turn of you not being aggressive. But Evelyn doesn't need to be aggressive at mana 3. A lot of 1-drop decks do. So yeah. Still, very cool card. I kind of like expensive landmarks if they have cool effects. The Swindler's Den, 6 mana landmark. Your cards in hand have fleeting. When you play a card... That looks really fun. I mean, my first thought is Glorious Evolution. making things cost 0. My second thought is Twisted Fate in Eternal, where you can just like level Twisted Fate immediately that turn if you have all like 1-cost cards. Like you could literally, if you have TF and you just drop this and you have all 1-cost cards, TF insta levels, which is kind of cool as well. But that requires Glorious Evolution as well. Go Hard, kind of cool. Keg Mermaid OTK, maybe. It's still 6 mana, do nothing. It levels Jinx immediately, that's a decent point. 6 mana, lose your hand. No, if you play this on 6 and they destroy it, I'm pretty sure your cards lose fleeting. Because it doesn't grant cards in hand fleeting. It's an aura that makes everything in hand have fleeting. So if they remove this, I think the cards are no longer fleeting. Does that make sense, chat? If it said grant all cards in hand fleeting as you draw them, that would be different. But I think you don't lose your hand if they destroy it. Why would they remove it? Because obviously you're building around it, so it's a win con for you. Hey, thank you there, Wax, for the tier 1 sub for 3 months. Analyzing new cards while the whole expansion got leaked. Yeah, we're doing it one at a time. I think this is more fun. Do you guys agree? Do you like my approach of just doing it as it's revealed instead of just going through the whole thing at once? I think this is more exciting. I think it's a more fun way to do it. Yes? Like going over the entire thing in one go, I feel like would just be tedious. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys like it more because I think this is more fun. As intended, yeah. Could aggro play this with a late game engine for top decking? Possibly. Would I do it? I don't know. Like, that's a good question. Like, do you ever like play this in a Misfortune deck as a one of? So if you like get to mana 6 or 7, you can just drop it and just play all your cards every turn, multiple cards. Just keep drawing more and more. I don't know. I don't know if it's viable in aggro because aggro's cards are usually pretty cheap. Too slow, maybe, but it gets rid of the problem of aggro running out of cards. Ooh, yo, you know what this could do? Oh, that's interesting. All right, hear me out for a sec, because we've never been able to do that before in a deck. Like, hear me out. Something like this. Like, just to give you the concept of what I'm thinking. Or maybe like Stender is a bad example, but like maybe you do it like P and Z. But something like this, you build a deck with all burn, right? So why does a deck with all burn not work? Why does this not work? What is the problem with this? The problem with this is you don't have 50 cards in hand. You could just go face. It doesn't work, right? You run out of cards way before you can deal 20 damage with burn. Way before. Like, there's no way to burn face fast enough. That's why you need units that can burn more than once in their lifetime. But if you have this in a aggro burn deck, and you drop it, then you are always spending all of your mana doing damage to face after mana 6. Mana 7, you're literally spending 7 mana to deal 7 damage to face, or 5 damage to face. Mana 8, that's another 5-6 damage to face. You just keep burning. You don't need stall if you're playing versus control decks. And if you're playing versus aggro, keep in mind, you're still running units, obviously. Like, there's no world where you're not running Legion Saboteur. There's no world where you're not running cards that guarantee phase damage, right? Like, you're obviously running this, you're obviously running this, because these are also burn cards. But the fact remains is, now you can run a ridiculous amount of spells that burn as well. And once you get to mana 6, even if you're up against like a very high healing deck, you have infinite draw. And draw costs you 0 mana, which is the biggest thing here. How many times have I said versus aggro, 4 mana do nothing? Why? Because it's 4 mana that's not hurting me in any way, shape, or form. When you have 0 mana cost draw for the rest of the game, it's a one-time investment of 6 mana, but all of a sudden, you're never top decking anymore. You're just going ham the entire... That might be a great aggro card. Now, does it play with Noxus? Maybe it plays P and Z. I don't know. Maybe it's a P and Z deck. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. Because there's a lot of good Noxus cards. But it would lose versus aggro? Not necessarily. And you run like 2 copies of it, for example. This card could be kind of nuts. It could be a scary card. Because it gives you the reach you need a lot of the time that you just don't find. Noxus with Samira, Flare draws a card. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff you could do. I might build a deck with this. Because it is sort of like control. You delay until turn 6, drop this, and then turn 7, 8, you just deal massive amounts of damage. Maybe a Fizz all in. I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll figure things out. But this is actually kind of fun. It's more fun in Eternal than it would be in Standard, but it's kind of fun. Alright, next. 1 mana equipment. Gwen. Sacred Shears. Attack. When another ally gains power from Hallowed, so does my bear. Yeah. That's pretty solid, because, yeah, sure. It can make your unit a bit more, like, efficient to remove, but it's only 1 mana. That's 1 spell mana. That's pretty spicy. That's a strong card. Confirmed stacks on Gwen by Rioter. Oh, it has to, obviously. Like, by the wording, I would assume so. Also, really, really interesting. Something to talk about. This card almost guarantees you level Gwen on your first swing with her. Which is kind of scary. Like, leveling Gwen on her first swing is, you don't need to put this on Gwen, and she acts like she has this equipment. What do you mean? How does it guarantee that? Let's say you have 3 Hollows dead. You drop Gwen, right? Gwen is a 3-something, so by default she's a 6-something. Well, you put this on her, now she's a 9 attack unit, plus 2 drain is 11. Well, that's kind of scary. That really is. Unless you have no unit on board, then it's different, but that is not bad. You need another unit. True. But those decks have other units. Like, don't they have the landmark that summons units for free? Wow. That's a strong card. There's a lot of things you can do with this. I wonder what I would really play it on the most. The new 1/5 from Noxus, it makes it a lot stronger. Yeah, that's a spicy card. Because again, this is just 1 spell mana. That's a really powerful effect for 1 spell mana. Yeah, this card is pretty nuts. I would play this on Braum as well. If Braum was in yeah, nice card. Nice card, man. That's very, very strong for 1 mana. Alright. I guess this loses mana cost from something, because there's no way. Wait, maybe it doesn't. Necrotic Arachnoid. When I'm summoned, summon 2 Necrotic Nestlings. Okay. When another ally dies, drain 1 from the enemy. Oh my lord. First of all, yeah, Vaults of Helia. That's spicy for Vaults of Helia. That's a really good 8-drop for Vaults of Helia. Holy crap. Like, you get that off of the Rekindler. That makes Vaults of Helia significantly stronger. Because it summons 3 units for open attack. It summons 1, 2... Oh my lord.
Massive Ionia value incoming after this card.
Bro. Yeah, I'll check it out a bit. Bro, this in Vaults of Helia is stupid. Because not only that, you gotta realize, like, oh my lord. And everything drains 1 as well when they die. And they're confirmed to be spiders. Has no space. Yes, it does. You have Nasus on board. Rekindler. Nasus dies to Rekindler Nasus. Rekindler dies to Necrotic Arachnoid, double Nestling, and Nasus. That's 4 units plus landmark is 5. You still have space for 1 more. And you open swing with that. My god. And I would play this as a main deck card in my decks. You know why? It's actually good versus aggro. It heals for every time you chump block. Imagine you play this versus Azarelia, for example. That's a great 8-drop. That's an amazing 8-drop versus like Azarelia, for example. It gives you 3 blockers, and every time you block, you get lifesteal. Like, this drain part, the fact that it heals you when you drain is nuts. It's amazing versus aggro. Like, sure, it's mana 8. That is a fact. But I would play this in a ramp deck, for example. If I'm playing ramp Shadow Isles, like, it heals. That's a big deal. You can glimpse units for heal 1. Like, This card is great. Wow, I love this card. Makes me want to play like Demacia just to lower the cost of it to make it cheaper. Makes me want to play Ionia so it makes it cheaper. This is like just relax. This card is spicy. I like this card a lot. To be fair, it's a one-time thing that it summons the Spiderlings, but it's still really cool. I like this card a lot. I'm a fan. Call me a fan. Fun card. Fun card. Even like summon a copy of this, for example.
I'm answering a bit late for the previous equipment question, but if you attack with one unit at left, put another unit with this on the middle and put Gwen on the left. She will get both left hallowed and middle hallowed without having the equipment on her at grappler.
That is a good point, sir. That is correct, yes. Thank you for the bits as well. Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's a good point. That's true. She will get triple the value. Well, double the value. Very cool card. All right. Ionia! 4 mana, 4/3. Not the worst stats if the effect is strong. All-Seeing Oracle. Play. Pick one of 3 fast or slow spells in the enemy's hand or deck. Create a carving of divination for it. Wow. This is my card, bro. I'm playing this card. I'm playing this card! Yo! This is so good versus aggro. Like, yeah, buddy. 1 mana deny. I think I will. Holy crap. This is my kind of stuff. My sit back, relax. Imagine hitting Field of Rush with this, bro. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. He's blind. Yes.
Like I said, massive value.
Holy crap. That is some value. And you get to... Oh my lord. Wow. That's crazy. And the stats are not bad for what it does. This is even decent versus aggro. Like, you drop this and you choose... what is it called? Noxian Fervor. Do you know the value you just got? Holy crap. Yeah, there's not much more to say. I play this in most of my Oni decks. It's crazy. And it blocks really well. 4 attack is a good blocker. It doesn't die to Mystic Shot. You can block every spell. You still run deny? Yes. Alright, this is nuts. I think you still run deny. Maybe you run, I don't know, maybe you just run Nopify now. With this, maybe you run Nopifies instead. I don't know. I still think I run 1 deny. Because it's very versatile, but wow, that's nuts. That is nutty. 5 mana burst. Now my karma tinglers are going off, chat. When I see 5 mana burst, I think 10 value mana burst. I think spend 5 mana, get 10 mana value. Oh my lord, this already looks scary. Whenever you see an Ioni card 5 mana burst, alright, I haven't read it yet, but burst effects tend to be like getting double value. Heal your Nexus 3 and... Wow. Oh my lord. Rise, by the way, true. Oh my lord. That is some... And draw 2 spells. That is some serious value. That is some actually serious value. Only problem is I wish set wasn't a thing, and I wish coins were not a thing, bro. Coins... Oh, but that's a lot of value. I think this could be really good in a Go Hard Karma deck as well. Like, Go Hard Karma could fit this really nicely. Yeah, that would fit really well. Also, something to consider. This is a tutor card in Standard, which we don't really have many of. Like, for example, you could run an Ionia deck with very few spells because of stuff like this now, right? You play All-Seeing Oracle, and all of a sudden, you can force draw the spells you want. If you have like a combo deck, or at least close to force draw it. Because now All-Seeing Oracle allows you to play a non-spell, which is kind of spicy. Huh. That's very interesting. Yeah, being able to tutor spells out is actually a strong ability. Because we lost the tutor one from Ionia back in the day that was Flow, right? The Flow one costs 3 to draw 2 spells. 1 mana deny Vengeance, yeah, that's nuts. Deep Med, yeah, we lost Deep Med in Standard. That's an interesting card. Bro, The only thing I find sad about all of this is I really liked Freljord being the healing region. Ionia was the control region. But now Ionia is both control and heal. That's the only sad thing for me. Because now I used to like I like playing Ionia, but I need healing to support it. So I would either go Shadow Elves for drain or Freljord for heal. But now it's like she has both. You have both healing and controlling in Ionia. It's scary. It's very scary. Because now you could theoretically build like Ionia anything. Because Ionia has all the heals now. It's flexible. It's a very flexible card. Healing Nexus for 3 and drawing 2 spells is nuts. Yeah, Karma just got definitely stronger with that. Heal 6, draw 4. You just can't let Karma get to mana 10 anymore. That's pretty nutty. Alright. That's all the cards, chat. That is it. Has Pots, and Freljord has the Rejuvenate Roar. No, Freljord lost all of its healing. It lost the 3 mana 3/3 heal. It lost the ramp heal for 3. It lost the landmark heal for 2. It lost everything, man. What do you mean? They got rid of almost every heal from Freljord. And they gave Ionia the 4 mana 3/4 with coin, heal 3. They're giving Ionia all the heals. It's gonna be nuts. That's a really high value card. Jesus. And this card is insane. I want to play this card really bad. This might be one of my favorite cards. I really don't look forward. Like, I don't care if I play against it too much because I think I'm going to be running a lot of Nopifies this expansion. I think Nopify is going to be pretty spicy to play. Why is it not a 1/1? It's a strong card. Alright. Alright, that's it for the new cards. Oh no! Wait, where? Why did she nerf this there? What? Why?